Good evening. Here are the top global economic stories for March 14, 2025, from the United States. Stock market rebound. After a turbulent week, USA stocks closed higher on Friday, with the Nasdaq Composite leading gains, surging 2.61% to 17,754.09. The S&P 500 rose 1.8%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 1.2%. Investors took advantage of lower stock prices after recent sell-offs triggered by trade war fears and economic uncertainty. Despite the rally, the Nasdaq remains in correction territory, down more than 10% from its February peak. Analysts caution that geopolitical risks, inflation concerns, and Federal Reserve policy decisions could drive further volatility. USA tariffs trigger global retaliation. The White House confirmed that 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports went into effect on March 4. In response, Canada imposed retaliatory tariffs on USA goods, and Mexico is expected to follow. The tariffs, part of President Trump's efforts to reduce the trade deficit, have sparked concerns of a broader North American trade conflict. Additionally, the European Union is preparing countermeasures after Trump threatened new tariffs on EU imports, raising concerns of a renewed transatlantic trade war. Federal Reserve expected to cut interest rates. Amid increasing trade tensions and slowing economic growth, analysts now expect the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates later this year. Projections indicate a 0.25% cut in September and another in December, with the goal of stabilizing markets and preventing an economic slowdown. Consumer confidence falls to lowest levels since 2022. The University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index fell to 57.9 in March, the lowest since November 2022. Concerns over inflation, rising interest rates, and global trade disputes have dampened consumer optimism. Weak consumer sentiment may signal slowing economic activity in the coming months. Oil prices face downward pressure. The International Energy Agency (IEA) warned that global trade tensions are dampening oil demand. Meanwhile, OPEC faces pressure to reconsider production cuts in light of weakening market conditions. Oil prices have declined 5% this week, reflecting investor uncertainty. Tech sector and crypto market volatility. Tech stocks saw a sharp rebound today, with Tesla, Apple, and Nvidia leading gains. However, the sector remains under pressure due to global supply chain disruptions and AI-related concerns. Meanwhile, the crypto market experienced another downturn, with Bitcoin falling 9% this week as investors shift away from riskier assets. United Nations forecasts slower global growth. A new United Nations report projects global GDP growth of 2.8% in 2025, citing geopolitical conflicts and inflation as major risks. The report highlights that the world economy is heavily reliant on China, the USA, India, and Indonesia, raising concerns about growth disparities. That's all for tonight's Global Economic Update. Stay tuned for further developments. Back to you.